Reporting in Jira is just abysmal, and you should probably avoid using Jira altogether just because of how bad the reporting options are. Now, you've probably heard that before, and it is kind of true, but it is kind of not true. So let's jump in and go over what options we actually have for reporting and how do we actually get something that's really, really good and on par with potentially some BI tools that are out there inside of Jira directly. So before we jump into dashboards that look a little bit something like this, that we actually use for our team all the time with really cool pie charts and bar charts, we need to understand what reporting options we have available to us. Now, a lot of times when you go into reporting, a lot of teams that I see are trying to build some kind of a chart when they're just trying to surface a couple of work items or information. Now, to get to that, all you really need to do is open up filters and then click on search all work items. And this will give you every single work item inside of your Jira environment. And if you clear all these filters, we can start from scratch and say, I want to filter down to see things that, let's say, only I am assigned to. So let's select that. Let's say I only want the status of, or the priority of critical. So I'll search for priority in here. And all of them are already critical, so I'm going to be left with the same results. Status of to do, let's search for that. And boom, we've applied a few filters, and now I have a very short list of things that I can easily see and even schedule to be sent out to myself or maybe another superior individual who's going to be my boss, who's going to be checking on these things once a week. We can schedule these out to be sent and delivered to anyone within our company. So if you're just trying to filter down and see a search result of certain work items, this is by far the best way to do it, and it's available to everyone. Nothing special you need to do here. Just go to search all work items and add your filters in, and you're good to go. Now, this doesn't give you a visual option to represent, which is the downside. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this filter. I'll call this Josh's filter for work. And then we're going to add viewers as my whole organization and editors just me, and click save. Now we've saved our filter, and I could come back to this filter anytime without having to reapply all of these. But one thing that's really cool about using this filter is that we can now apply it to dashboards. Dashboards are the #1 way to report on things inside of Jira. That being said, dashboards are not very great out of box. They are getting better. So if I create a new dashboard, let's say Josh's tasks, and we'll go ahead and make the viewers our organization. Again, if we don't do this, no one will be able to see it. So do keep that in mind. And we're going to be listed with a bunch of different options that we have to pull in and have kind of visualization and representation inside of our dashboard for different work. And I'll show you why we saved our filter in just a moment, but let's add a pie chart. Let's do like a recently created chart. Maybe we'll add, what else do we have in here? Start filters. I think that's it for now. Let's go pull recently created to the right side, and we'll close this panel out, and we'll add some configurations to actually show us what is in this information. So start filters we'll leave as is, show the issue counts, save. I only have 1 and my issue count is 5, super cool. Now I could select a filter and I could search for Josh's filtered work, and I could apply the filter that we just created to this pie chart. So now I could represent the exact work items that I would care about and not items I wouldn't care about on this particular pie chart. And we could filter by assignee. In this case, that doesn't make sense because I'm the only assignee. Maybe we want to filter by, is there like date? Let's see if there's a date field. There may not be. There's no date field, but there are a lot of other fields. Status. Let's go ahead and do status. Click save. Now we have our pie chart. All of them are to do. I also set the to do of status is there. And what's really cool is if I now go back to my filter, Josh's tasks, and let's say I want to start including, that's my dashboard. Let me pull up my filter, make sure that that's actually correct. Filters. There we go. And if I make changes to this filter, it's going to automatically apply to our dashboard. So let's remove our status, clear the selection, click on Save Filter, and we should be pulling all of these work items in now because I wanted to change it and see a different representation on our dashboard. I'll refresh this in just a second. Let's set up the recently created. Let's go ahead and pull in Josh's work here as well. And period daily, that's good. 30 days, refresh never, that's good too. That just means I'll have to refresh myself. If I refresh this now, we should have our statuses updating on the pie chart. That hasn't updated yet. Let me make sure my filters actually, there we go, didn't actually save. Let's go ahead and save it this time and refresh one more time. There we go. So now we have a pie chart. We have a couple of our filtered search results that we're having coming in, and we could dig in and see this data across different time periods, really cool information associated with work maybe that I am associated with. Now, if I click done, this is our polished dashboard that I could come back to at any time. So see, these are some of the capabilities that we have, and they're not very good. We could throw in a pie chart, a basic pre-created bar chart, and then a filter or a filtered search. And that's really it. Like, there's not much else that we could do here. This is slowly expanding and there's some capabilities here, but you're going to be very limited on what you could actually see and represent in this data. And when you're running projects in Jira, a lot of the clients that we work with especially, this is not enough data to show them what they're actually going to care about. So how do we fix that? There's really only one way to fix that. And unfortunately, it does most of the time at an extra cost, but it's going to be a plugin. Real quick, I've implemented Jira for over 200 companies. By far, the number one reason teams reach out to us is because they built what they thought was a great solution, only to realize that nobody actually ended up using it. And if that sounds familiar, that's exactly what we help you fix. We're currently taking on new projects 4 to 6 weeks out. And if you want help implementing Jira in a way that your team will actually use, hit the first link in the description below. Now, plugins, especially inside of Jira, are kind of like the apps on your iPhone. Your iPhone is great, works great out of the box. There's a lot of cool capabilities, but most of us, if not all of us, have more apps that are installed from the App Store than apps that are coming on our phone by default. And the reason for that is because of the way the ecosystem is set up. It's created so that a bunch of different developers and tools can be added and add functionality to our phone. So if I search for reporting or dashboards inside of the marketplace search inside of Jira, I'm going to be met with a whole bunch of really cool apps that could do a ton of really cool visualization. Now, my favorite is Rich Filters. It's got a really good balance between simple to use and really good data that it can show you and kind of give you very complex data in complex ways. There's also the custom charts plugin, which is kind of on the other end of that, where it's really easy to set up, probably a little bit easier than Rich Filters, but it's also very basic and doesn't show you a lot of really cool things, but it also hasn't been updated in a while, so I would keep that in mind. And then the last one is EasyBI. This one is very complicated, very hard to set up, but can literally show you anything you could ever want. And this is like literally as good as Rich Filters, or sorry, not Rich Filters. This is literally as good as PowerBI and a lot of those other tools. And it can literally represent and show you information in any way that you'd like. So my go-to here is Rich Filters. 99% of the time, this is going to be the go-to selection. And Rich Filters can give you charts and reports like this. You could also have filters on the top left. Let's say if I click overdue, boom, all of my filters adjust to the overdue filter, and I see a new type of report with all of that context information. I could also go to stale, which is maybe not updated in a while, see what work items are stale. Looks like we got a lot of them. I have tasks by assignee, and I could do a lot of really cool things in a similar way that we had with the reports that we built inside of our out-of-box dashboard. So this is a really good, easy, simple, cheap way to get started. You could probably get what you need if you're a smaller company or you're kind of just getting started in Jira. I would start with whatever you can do out of box with filters and with dashboards. And if you're running into things where you're just like, I cannot do this, I'm running into a brick wall of this is just not the capability that Jira has out of box, then I would start looking at plugins, in particular Rich Filters, to see if it could start doing some of that extra reporting for you. Now, there are other options, right? You could export data from Jira entirely and pull that into a Google Sheet. There's even Google Sheet sync tools that are completely free, or Excel Sheet sync tools. And then you could create reports in Excel. That's one way to do it. That is also free. If you're already using Power BI or similar tools in your organization, you can pull data out of Jira to report in them as well. But most of the time, I find that the clients that I work with and the people that use Jira, they just want something simple to report in inside of a dashboard like this. So at that point, the Marketplace app is going to be your best bet. They're usually a couple bucks per user at most, so it doesn't really add that much of a cost in your overall license count. And it usually is well worth the investment because it gives you everything you want to see without any major exporting. It gives you real-time views, and it makes it super duper simple to actually set up and get up and running to create really simple and elegant and pretty much as complex as you'd like charts inside of Jira directly. So The notion that Jira isn't good at reporting is partly true because it doesn't have really good out-of-box reports, which again, that is actually changing because Rovo can actually do reporting now, which is really cool. But you can also use really good plugins that can change your experience altogether. And that's what I would highly recommend looking into if you want the balance of simplicity and also seeing all of the things that you want inside of Jira. So check that out and start running your dashboards today. Real quick, if you're running a 10 to 200 person team and you're trying to set this up by yourself, the hardest part really isn't the configuration. It's getting your team to actually use what you built. After implementing Jira over 200 times myself, that's the pattern that I see every single time. Someone builds it out, the end users end up ignoring it, and 6 months later, you're trying to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. And the mistake most end up making is that they configure the tool first and hope that the team adapts. We actually do the opposite. We fix the underlying process first and then build Jira around it. That's why it ends up sticking. Because we're so hands-on, we operate on a wait list, and our next kickoffs are 4 to 6 weeks out. And if you want to implement Jira so that it actually gets utilized, click the first link in the description.